Promoting the growth of the tabletop sports hobby, this is Imagisport.
Shootout hockey is back on the tabletop today as the EGHL returns to Imagisport, with the Los Angeles Kings taking on the New York Rangers at Madison Square Garden. Two major markets, two struggling teams coming off victories. Who will prevail? Find out next, right here on the Showcase. Hello there and welcome to the Imagisport Showcase. I'm Derek Jones. Thank you once again for taking time out of your day to watch today. The 80s Greats Hockey League is back on the table with shootout hockey as we have the LA Kings battling the New York Rangers. Two teams that are off to somewhat slow starts in this project. The Kings especially come into this game with a woeful 2-12 record, dead last in the Smythe division, but things are actually looking up for them a little bit. In their last game back at the Forum in Inglewood, they actually shut out the Buffalo Sabres 5-0, a rare shutout in this league indeed, with Mario Lessard stopping all 29 Buffalo shots. So they hope to carry some of that momentum to this game today. The Kings are led in scoring by Luke Robitaille with 6 goals and 9 assists. Over on the other side, the New York Rangers right now are 7-5 in the league, good for 12 points, tied with the Pittsburgh Penguins for 3rd place in the Patrick division. They are also coming off a victory, upsetting the New York Islanders at the Garden 5-2 in their last game. So again, hoping to carry some momentum over. They are led in scoring by Mark Pavelich. He has 9 goals and 6 assists, good for 15 points so far this season. So like I said, two teams coming off wins. We'll see what happens tonight. Let's go down to the ice right now and get this thing started. It's the Kings and the Rangers right here on the Imagisport Showcase. And we're just about ready to go here at Madison Square Garden for the Kings and the Rangers tonight here on Imagisport. The starting goaltenders, which were determined off camera. For the Kings, it's going to be Bob Janicek, 0-8 so far on the season with a 7.06 goals against average. By far one of the worst goals against in the EGHL. If things start getting out of hand early, you might see Mario Lessard come in action sometime during this game. For the Rangers tonight, it's going to be Steve Weeks, 0-2 with a 6.00 goals against average. So considering this is the 1980s decade set and the goalies that we have, don't be surprised if this just turns into an old-fashioned shootout. As you can see, scoring chances are listed for you on the Post-its. I'm going with a little bit of a different setup tonight. We'll see how it works. So buckle up, get your popcorn ready. It is time for EGHL hockey here on Imagisport, and away we go. And we're going to get 3 minutes off the clock here, and then it's going to be a 40. Surprisingly enough, no scoring chance, so we're going to flip another action card and take another minute off the clock, and it's going to be a 68, and that is going to be a scoring chance for New York. And who's it going to be this time? It's going to be Tomas Sandstrom with the letter A. He's going to take his shot from the face-off circle, and it is going to be no goal. And we will play on here in the first period, and 3 more minutes will come off the clock, and it's a 17. That is going to be a scoring chance for the Kings. And heading up ice with it is going to be Bernie Nichols on the second line. Bernie Nichols is going to take a shot from the blue line, and it's going to be a save check for Steve Weeks. 9-11 on the save column will be a save, and it is not. So it's a goal for Bernie Nichols, and the Kings have taken an early 1-0 lead. So for Bernie Nichols, that is going to be his 6th goal of the season. So Bernie Nichols with his 6th, And let's go ahead and check on the assists here. It's going to be L2 and D2. So the assists are going to go to Luke Robitaille and Jimmy Fox, his line mate. So Nichols from Robitaille and Fox, and the time of that goal is going to be 7:43 of period number 1. And the Kings surprisingly are off to a 1-0 lead. So here we go. We drop the puck again, and 3 more minutes come off the clock, and it's 28, nothing happening there. So 3 more minutes will come off the clock as well. And then we have 64. And again, that is not going to be a scoring chance. So once again, 3 more minutes off the clock. And it's a 78, so it is a chance for the New York Rangers. And this time it is going to be letter H, and letter H on that card is Anders Hedberg. And so Hedberg coming in from the blue line, and it's another no goal. So again, 1 minute comes off the clock, 3 minutes remaining in the period. 26, just outside the Kings scoring range. Up, no time off the clock here, so we're still in the same minute, and we're going to get some major penalty action going on here. We're going to have some skirmishes going on. Let's see here. Up, we're going to have 1 set of fights, 2 sets of fights actually. 1-1, 3-3. So on the fight card to start off with is going to be Jay Wells for the Kings, and he's squared off against Barry Beck for the Rangers. That's the one fight. And the other fight, 3-3, that's going to be Jerry Korab going at it against number 3 on the other side is Tomas Sandstrom. All right. So a couple bouts there. Order is restored, and we're going to go ahead and play on here. So 2 minutes coming off the clock. And so 54, and now no scoring chance, but minor penalty chance for the Rangers here. Up, and we go to penalty B. And what we're going to have, oh, it's going to be another fight. And this time it is going to be Kelly Kissio for the Rangers, and it's going to be Dave Taylor for the Kings. And they're both going to not only have a fight, but they're going to be sent off on a misconduct as well. So they're done for the game. So Dave Taylor, fight and a misconduct. Same thing with Kelly Kissio, fight and a misconduct. And a first for an Magisport covered game, we've got some ejections and 2 first-liners to boot. So with 1 minute remaining in the first period, we already have first-line skaters from both teams ejected, 3 fights already, 1 scoring chance for each team, and LA with a 1-0 lead will drop the puck, and that's going to do it for period number 1. Let's go ahead and get our shots on goal. So we're going to have a 6 with 1 scoring chance. That's going to be 11 shots for LA in the period. And for the New York Rangers, their D6 flip is a 3. So that's going to be 8 shots for them. So we have played 1 period here at Madison Square Garden. And the score after 20 minutes of play, the Los Angeles Kings 1 and the New York Rangers 0. We'll be back with second period action right after this. And so the Kings lead the Rangers 1-0 at the end of 1 here on the showcase. As you've seen, shootout hockey is the game of choice today. And so let's take you to the Shootout Hockey website right now as we are between periods to show you that it was just released last week that the 2020-21 season is now available for Shootout Hockey. So if you wanted to do a pre-play of the Stanley Cup Finals, like some people in Facebook are planning on doing, you can do that right now by going to Shootout Hockey Game and ordering the 2021 NHL season. Also, don't forget about the Shootout EZ version. This is an actual quicker play option for this game. It is a free download, and it gives you a period-by-period rundown, even quicker. Basically, a couple rolls of the dice, and you have a score for each period. And then some of the community members have developed systems for dishing out statistics to go along with those games. That's available on the Shootout Hockey website as well. Ordering is real easy. Just email shootouthockey@yahoo.com with the what you want to order, and then send that money to PayPal at that same address. And almost instantly, you will have your stuff to you in PDF format. So once again, that's Shootout Hockey. And for more information, to see what they have available, just go to their website. It is shootouthockey.com. So with that in mind, the teams are just about ready to head to the ice. So let's go back to Madison Square Garden for the second period. And the teams are back on the ice here for period number 2 between the Kings and the Rangers. And here we go, 1 minute off the clock to start things off, and it's going to be a 62. Nothing happens. And we go to the next fact where we have another minute get ticked off the clock here. And then 20, that's going to be in the Kings scoring range. So they will get another scoring chance here. Who's going to get the puck up? We're going to have a rare event coming up here. So what's the rare event going to be? It's going to be a breakaway goal for the Los Angeles Kings, and they are now up by the score of 2-0. And the breakaway goal is going to go to none other than Marcel Dion. Marcel Dion of the Kings, and that's going to be his 3rd goal of the season. And let's check out the assists here. It's going to be L1 and D2 on the assists. So Brian Engblom is going to get 1 of the assists, and that's the only one that's going to happen here. So Dion from Engblom. And the time of that goal is going to be 2:14 of period number 2. And the Kings are now up on the Rangers 2-0. And what is considered to be an upset, at least in my mind anyway. So let's go ahead and drop the puck and continue play. We have another minute going off the clock here. And at 23, once again, the Kings are going back on the attack here. And so the shooter this time is going to be K. That's going to be Mike Murphy from the 4th line. Murphy coming in from the face-off circle, but it's a no goal. And we will play on. 3 minutes off the clock here. And it's going to go to 84. That's going to be a chance for the New York Rangers. And the shooter here is going to be Tomas Sandstrom once again. He got stymied in the first period. Let's see what he can do here from the face-off circle. Sandstrom's going to go, and he's going to rip it by Janasek and cut the lead to 2-1. Tomas Sandstrom will get the goal. And so for Sandstrom, looking up his stats real quick here. Tomas Sandstrom, his first goal of the season. He only had 2 assists coming in. So Sandstrom's going to get the goal, and it's going to be D1 on the assist check here. So the assist, Sandstrom's already center, and there are no 6. So if there's no assist, I do a 3rd card flip just to see if I can get an assist, and I will with off Dahlin. So it's going to be Sandstrom from Dahlin, and the time of that goal is going to be 6:30 of the second period, and the Rangers have cut it 2-1. And so here we go, 3 more minutes off the clock here. And we're going to have a penalty coming up, and this time it's going to be a check against the Rangers. W and Y2. So let's see what we have here. We have off Dahlin. Going to be sent from the box here. W and Y2. And it looks like that is going to be the only infraction here. So off Dahlin is going to get sent off for 2 minutes. And the Kings are going to go on the power play. All right, so power play minute number 1 is a 59. Nothing happening there. Power play minute number 2 is an 86. That is going to be a shorthanded chance for the Rangers. And it's going to go to letter W, Don Maloney. Don Maloney, and it's going to be from the blue line, but it's going to be a no goal. And the Rangers have killed off the penalty. So we go back to normal play. 3 more minutes off the clock here. 41, nothing happening. Going back to time here, 2 more minutes off the clock. Clock running down to 4 minutes and a 63. Again, not a scoring chance. 3 more minutes off the clock. And so we have a 30. Once again, no scoring chance here, and that's going to do it for period number 2. So 2 periods in the books here. Let's go ahead and get the shots on goal for the period. For the Kings, 2 scoring chances and 1. So there you have 6 shots on goal in that second period. And then the D6 is also a 1 for the Rangers. So they also had 6 shots in the period as well. So after 40 minutes here at Madison Square Garden, the Kings still lead the Rangers, but this time the score is 2-1. Back to the studio for a moment, and then we will return with third period action right after this. I'm out. And so after 40 minutes of action here at Madison Square Garden, the Kings still up on the Rangers 2-1. As is always the case in our second intermission, let's go around the league to see what else is happening in the EGHL. We're in the November 11th portion of the schedule. I don't have all the games played, but I will share the results for those that I have completed. At the Boston Garden, the Bruins and the Blues skated to a 3-3 tie. Blake Dunlop got the game tying goal with less than 3 minutes to go in regulation. Then over at the Spectrum, the Oilers outscored the Flyers by the score of 6-4. Craig Simpson with a pair of goals in that one for the Oilers. Also coming up on the November 11th part, Minnesota will go to Maple Leaf Gardens to take on the Maple Leafs. And then the Buffalo Sabres will go to the Winnipeg Arena to take on the Jets. So that's what's happening around the league. Now let's get back to Madison Square Garden for third period action between the LA Kings and the New York Rangers. So the goaltenders are taking center stage here as we come out for the third period, 2-1 as we head into the final 20 minutes. LA leading in shots 17-14. And so we're going to drop the puck for the third period, and 1 minute comes off the clock here, and it's a 71. Chance for the Rangers to tie the score. And we go to letter T, and that is going to be Tom Laidlaw from the bench. And so Laidlaw with the puck, he is going to take it from the face-off circle. No goal there, though. And so we get 2 more minutes off the clock here. And a 99, that's another chance for New York to come on strong here, wanting to even up the score. This time, letter P for the shooter, and it's going to be Barry. It's going to be Barry Beck again. And so Beck with the puck now, he takes it from the face-off circle, and once again, it is a no goal. So another minute comes off the clock here, down to the 16th minute, 69. And again, for the Rangers, really pouring it on, trying to get the equalizer here. So letter C, Pierre LaRouche, old lucky Pierre from the face-off circle. And again, a no goal as Janicek says no on that one. 3 more minutes off the clock. And so this time the Rangers are going to be sent to the penalty box once again. It is a penalty check against the home team and another penalty B. So let's see what's going to happen here. And it's again 1 versus 1 for a fight. So again, we have Barry Beck and Jay Wells exchanging pleasantries. Their second fight in the contest. So this game certainly has not been for the faint of heart tonight. 2-1 LA leads, 13 minutes to go, and we resume play. 1 more minute going off the clock here. And an 87, again, that is going to be the Rangers with the scoring opportunity. And it's going to go back to Tomas Sandstrom, who is the Rangers' only goal in this game. But he's going to have to wind it up from the blue line here. And once again, it's a no goal. So 1 more minute off the clock. Time slowly ticking away here. And once again, the Rangers are going to get another scoring chance. Their 5th one of the period. And this time it's going to go to letter N, James Patrick, right winger on the 3rd line. And this time it's going to go from the slot. But it's a no goal once again as Janicek slams the door. Wow. I wouldn't believe it if I wouldn't see it with my own eyes here, folks. All right, 2 more minutes off the clock as we come to the second half of period number 3 and 23. This time it's going to be the Kings getting the scoring chance, and they definitely need an insurance goal in the worst way. Bernie Nichols is going to get the puck. He's going to take it to the face-off circle, and it's going to be a save check for Weeks once again, 9-11 for the save. It's a 12. Nichols puts it in. The Kings are up 3-1. Bernie Nichols with his second of the game, 7th of the season. And the Kings now have a 3-1 lead. Assist check here is going to go to defensive line number 1. And so first assist will go to Luke Robitaille, and he's going to get the only assist there. So Luke Robitaille assists on the goal from Bernie Nichols. Time of that is going to be 11:13 of period number 3. And now the Kings have a 3-1 lead as we head into the final 9 minutes. 2 more minutes come off the clock here. And we're going to have some more majors going on here. What's going to happen here? We're going to have Z3 check and Z3 check. Oh boy. Okay, so let's go see. Do we have any Z3s for either team? For Los Angeles, it does not appear that we do. And for the Rangers, it does not appear that we do as well. So lots of pushing, lots of shoving, but no penalties called there. And we are going to play on. No time off the clock here. 55 back, another whistle for the Rangers as they are starting to get frustrated. Y and Z, and this is where people are going to start coming off to the box. Let's see. Kissio's a Z, but he's out of the game already. Eddie Johnstone is going to get a minor. So we'll write his name down here. Y and Z, Tomas Sandstrom will get one as well. Okay, let's see here. Allison and Patrick on the third line. And so let's see here. Ron Duguay on line number 4. And let's see, Y and Z. Dave Maloney is going to get a minor. And let's see, and Willie Huber only plays for Detroit in my league, so his penalty is not going to count. And again, for those of you who are not familiar with shootout hockey, we only play out one of these power plays. The other penalties that were assessed were assumed to have taken place at other points of the game. So here we go. 2 power play minutes coming up for the Kings. Here's power play minute number 1, and it is a 47. It's out of the scoring range, but things are going to even up because it's a penalty check against Los Angeles. And this time it's going to be Y and Z on Los Angeles as well. Taylor's a Z, but he's out of the game, so he doesn't count. Terry Ruskowski is going to get a minor. And so we go down to line 4. JP Kelly is going to get 2 minutes in the box. And so we go down. Jerry Korab is going to get 2. And Brian Engblom is going to get 2 as well. And that is going to do it. So we've evened things up here. So it's going to be 4-on-4 for a minute. And then the Rangers are going to be on the power play for 1 minute. So let's get to that 4-on-4 minute. It's going to be an 18. It's going to be a chance actually for LA. And so the shooter here is going to be letter B. That's going to be Marcel Dion. Dion's going to come in from the face-off circle, and it's going to be a rebound opportunity. So we have to check Steve Weeks' rebound rating. The target is a 3. The flip is a 3, so he stops that. And now the Rangers are going to go on a power play for a minute. So that check is going to be an 83. So the Rangers have a power play chance. Who's going to get the puck here? Who else? Tomas Sandstrom. He seems to have the most scoring chances in this game. Power play is going to come from the slot, and he's going to put it in easily. And Tomas Sandstrom has brought the Rangers back to within 1 with his second goal of the game. Tomas Sandstrom on the power play. And so the assist check here is going to go to defense 2. So the assist. Let's see, no 6s there. And Sandstrom's the center again. So again, we're going to do an extra flip. and we find line. And so Hedberg's going to get the only other assist there. So Sandstrom from Hedberg on the power play, time 16:11 of period number 3, and it is now 3-2. Now, technically, we could pull the goalie now, but normally I never really pull with 4 minutes left. I usually wait till it's like 1 or 2 minutes left. So we're going to take our chances here and flip for time, and we get 3 minutes off the clock. So we're down to 1 minute, but it looks like the Rangers are going to get their 7th scoring chance of the period. And so who's it going to be this time? It's going to be letter D, and that is going to be Eddie Johnstone. And so Johnstone is going to get it. He's going to wind it up from the blue line. But once again, it's a no goal. Down to the final minute of the game. And so the Rangers are going to pull the goaltender. So what's going to happen here? Nothing's going to happen. Time runs out. And ladies and gentlemen, the LA Kings come into Madison Square Garden and they leave with a 3-2 victory over the New York Rangers. Let's get the shots on goal here. All right, 3 scoring chances and 1 for the Kings. So that's going to amount to only 7 shots in that third period for LA. For the Rangers, they had 7 scoring chances and then a 6 on the D6 flip. So they had 23 shots in that third period, but they could only get 1 past Bob Janison. So that's it from Madison Square Garden in New York. The final score, the Kings win over the Rangers by the score of 3-2. Now back to the studio for a wrap-up of today's game. And in what has to be considered an upset, the Kings hang on to defeat the Rangers 3-2 at Madison Square Garden today. So before we go off the air, let's go ahead and go back to our scoring summary and see how we got to that final score. The Kings open up the scoring about midway through the first period. Bernie Nichols tallied his 6th of the season from Luke Robitaille and Jimmy Fox to make 1-0 at the end of 1. Then in the second period, the teams traded goals. Marcel Dion, with his 3rd of the year from Brian Engblom, gave the Kings a 2-0 lead early in the period. Then at the 6:30 mark, Tomas Sandstrom got his 1st of the season from Alf Dahlin to make the score 2-1 LA at the end of 2. In the third period, Los Angeles scored again. Bernie Nichols, his 2nd of the game, 7th of the season from Luke Robitaille at 11:13 to make it 3-1 Los Angeles. And then Tomas Sandstrom closed out the scoring for New York late in the game on the power play, his 2nd of the season from Anders Hedberg to make the final score Los Angeles 3 and the New York Rangers 2. So our 3 stars of the game, the number 3 star went to Tomas Sandstrom of the Rangers. He tallied his first 2 goals of the season in a losing effort. The 2nd star was Bernie Nichols from the Kings. He had 2 goals, including the insurance goal there in the third period to push it to a 2-goal league. And then the number 1 star, and you have to give it to Bob Janusek, the goalie of the Kings. As mentioned in the opener, his stats were horrible coming in. Didn't have a win all season. Goals against average above 7. So what does he do? Saves 35 out of 37 shots in this one, including 22 in the third period alone. So yeah, you have to give that number 1 star. Congratulations to Bob Janusek, our Magisport player of the game. So coming up next here on Magisport will be our next episode of the Old School Wrestling series. Hope to get that out in the next few weeks. I already have the matches written up, just have to play them out on camera so we can see what happens there. Other projects that I have currently going on, our Hall of Fame League in Stratomatic Hockey has begun once again. Completed our 2nd month, so we're just waiting for 3rd month files to get here so we could play those games. Might have a couple games on the channel later on. We shall see. I resumed my War Superstars project in History Maker Golf. Played a tournament over the weekend, and I hope to have those results posted soon on Facebook and the Delphi forums. Also currently running a tournament in Champions of the Galaxy, about halfway through that. Just completed a card set for History Maker Baseball, the 1995 Frontier League. Those of you that subscribe to the Play Sports Paying, they should be getting, it should be included in that in the next one that is coming out. If it isn't, just email me. I'll give you a copy of that if you want it. Currently on track for a December release of the 2003-04 ECHL season for Hockey Blast. Right now, I'm currently putting the skater qualities, assigning them to the players, about a third of the way through that process. So again, I'm just doing it every so often because, of course, that in addition to running my 2 Stratomatic hockey leagues. So as far as, like I said, channel content is concerned, yeah, it's pretty sporadic, but I want to make sure I put good quality content on for you guys. And then, of course, in addition to old school wrestling, if there's anything, take a look at the description of my channel. You'll see a list of the games that I own. So if you want to see a particular game in action on the channel, please drop me a message, shoot me an email, and I'll get a game featuring that on there for you. So once again, that's it for today's episode of the showcase. Our final score from Madison Square Garden: the LA Kings defeat the New York Rangers by the score of 3-2. From all of us here at Magisport, this is Derek Jones saying thank you once again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and most of all, keep on rolling. We'll see you later.